playing Mars versus Undying in lane is just, it's never fun.
I mean, are there any sort of potential lane switch-ups that they might try and go for to maybe not have that sort of thing? Or is there not really anything better that you're swapping into?
I don't know. Unless they run like an aggro try at the start, I don't think they can switch it up really, no. Maybe they can kill the Undying at the start, and then that'll get Chesty off to a little bit of a better go, because Chesty's also prepared. He's already got the stick ready and everything, but yeah, let's see. I think they can kill him, though. They can definitely look to kill the Undying and at least get the Mars out to get an extra set of regen and everything so that he can be ready for those decay spams. And it looks like that's what they're going to do, so see if they can actually get themselves a kill.
I see.
Nope, secure the bounty, though.
Yeah, well, I'll get the 2 for 2 bounties.
I want to see something clever, because I feel like they should know that they're going to win the bottom lane, guaranteed, right? Like TB +1 versus the Nyx in their spirit. Very unlikely that you shouldn't lose that lane with these two, but they're actually going to just move it right away. There was a ward anyway to kind of cover any type of aggressive move that they did do. So yeah, let's see if they can withstand the pressure that comes out from the Undying, just zoning out Chessie. And I feel like it's the same thing for Skywrath. Like Ricky can just commit onto him pretty easily. So we'll see. I think this top lane should be pretty hard. Mid, I think this one's a little bit of a skill matchup. I think some people like to play the Morphling, some people really like to play the Puck in this matchup, but as the levels go, the Morphling starts to have a much better start. First 2 levels or so, Puck wins pretty hard.
And on this top, I mean, yeah, we already sort of see just a couple of decays and a few punches to Chessie. It's taken down pretty quickly. Some good damage over the mid one as well in return, so definitely going to be one of those lanes where mass regen is going to have to be kept funneled out.
Sox will get a nice D ward. They did see that ward get placed earlier because they placed a very early sentry, or very early obs up there to watch. As mid, we're seeing that little bit of trade of resources. Very early start here on these first 2 waves. Very even.
And then for Supreme this game, I mean, how easy the move's going to be for him to make. You sort of look at these side lanes once he's hit the 6. Is sort of their kill potential good with the coil?
Yeah, I mean, Puck versus both Morphling and Ricky is actually quite nice. It's just this Nyx Assassin and this Earth Spirit can really trip him up. These silences and just... It can be really annoying. And even Ricky can have counterplays, right? Like, if Ricky's the one who gets to jump on the Puck, then it goes the opposite way. The Ricky's actually good versus Puck. But if Puck gets to jump on Ricky with the coil, yeah, it goes in Puck's favor. So it's just going to be... It's tough. It's going to be really skill-dependent for Supreme, and it's a lot of pressure on him, really, this game, to have a really good start. Because the Nyx, he's going to die to Carapace once or twice in this game. It's going to happen unless he plays perfect.
Yeah, and in this sort of game as well, what sort of makes this a game where OG want to sort of step up the priority of the Nyx and have it, you know, Seb playing it on the off lane rather than just as a support?
Well, Puck is a core. It destroys Skywrath and it destroys Shadow. It's so good versus three of the heroes right now. And it's even, I mean, it's not bad versus TB even. Like you're gonna be tanky because you're high armor in the lane, and then you're a hard stun. You're 2 hard stuns, so effective in all fronts.
Obviously, so far in the CS down bottom, we've got 11 for 0 against the 13 for 1, so pretty even. Even with, of course, having to deal with Charlie's first use of the meta. So not bad at all for Seb down there in that matchup.
No, that's really, really good start, especially because the Earth Spirit left the lane very early on. He's actually starting to make moves. He was sitting around mid, waiting for Supreme to orb. Supreme was playing very hesitant, but now top, they can punish very easily if Chessie steps up too far at all. He can get gone on.
Yeah, Notel just sort of keeping Era off to the side. Still not quite prepared for Saxa to show himself. His ball now come out. Slow on to Chessie, but as it is, Notel a little low to really sort of help commit onto the 2 of them. Just a bit of pressure, again, just keeping that space for mid-one to continue to have what has been pretty much free farm in that top lane now.
Thompson. Staying at very low HP here. And those runes will be checked out. Thompson does need one, Supreme as well. So we have multiple heroes, or now 5 heroes chilling in mid. Looks like High Coast, they've secured it for Supreme.
Yeah, Thompson a little too spooked to step in for them against the 3
I
heroes
say that,
around
but
it.
Right. He tried to make the roll to steal it away, but it will spawn top. Oh, sorry, actually, Shibit did get it. Sorry, he did take away that regen immediately off of the Shadow Demon.
Thompson with the bottle charges that he had, and still able to get himself back into good shape to stick in the lane.
Nice. Supreme's doing really solid in this lane, though. 25-2 to the 17-2. He's actually been putting the pressure on. This is really nicely done by him, too. And he's got a double range creep also pushing in, so he can apply some tower damage. And now Charlie's fine bottom because of the Earth Spirit movements, so now you see Zibe is making all these moves around. So he knows he's free, too. He's a 1v1 of TB versus Nyx is just fine to Charlie.
Yeah, and this top lane, despite the fact, as you said, it could have ended up being rather difficult for Chessy against, like laning against an Undying. He's not doing too bad at all. He's doing just fine out of this top lane, and he's finding quite a bit. Bottom, disruption set up onto Seb. He's already used the Carapace. Has got anything else to save him? He does. They're very far enough, and general tankiness of this Nyx assassin early on as he gets back underneath the aura of that tier 1 tower.
It will be 2-for-2 rune exchange. I mean, Thompson continuing, like, he's having a tough time. Tough time getting any of these last hits in mid. He's missed a lot. He missed a couple under the tower as well, too, but the puck so far Supreme. Already making an aggressive move, too, up top, as mid one is very susceptible to a coil.
Well, there's the setup. Ancient Seal into the coil. They just need a bit of burst. They've got it. Illusory Orb comes flying through from Supreme, and the gank's successful.
Very clean. Again, just like the last game, his movement on the Void Spirit as well was very clean when he made that bounty rotation. Gets another successful one.
Yeah, he's having a... Yeah, as you said, last game was great. This game off to a good start. As quite the difference from his game 1, as he had a rough time in that first game of the series as the Ember.
Oh, yeah.
Looking to be much
Rune spawns top. Thompson won't be able to snag down. Era takes it away.
Yeah, 6 minutes in. It's again, considering the way some of these lanes could go, I think the High Coast are going to be feeling pretty comfortable with the way that this has started off. Quite sort of the same as the beginning of Game 2 did for them.
Yeah, this is really good. Yeah, Supreme, I mean, he's going to have his coil ready again in 20 seconds too. And like we said, he can set up very easily on any of the lanes here. The Morphling is still a tough kill, of course, but yeah, he's got great ways to counter gank or just to set up onto Seb or the Riki. And yeah, I'm very surprised at how well Chessy was able to do up here. They did a good job of not getting hit by any double decays. They dodged the Earth Spirit gank. Bottom.
In kind of trouble here. He's got the Carapace. Is that enough to keep him safe? A couple more hits from Charlie will do it, and he can find them. He's got the reach. There's the range. And Seb getting taken down. That close to sort of hitting the 6 as well, so it's going to be slowed down on Seb. So they'll make the move on to Era. We'll be at least able to find some action elsewhere on the map, OG. But with those sort of kills down bottom, Seb's game going to get slowed down heavily in Charlie. Just continuing to have complete free farm here and starting to get a little bit of a step ahead of mid one's Riki on the other side of the map.
Yeah, and that's a rotation, the Earth Spirit, to kill a 5. You know, he wants to get the bigger.
He just come back to the lane, and are they going to be able to take him down? They are. As soon as he's back, Supreme's ready with the movement. And again, yeah, the same as the start of Game 2. Supreme's movements, once again, just doing so much for his team. I mean, a huge play down bottom, setting up more positive action for his Terrorblade, and taking Seb entirely out of the lane. They get the arena down onto mid-1, but not quite the follow-up. Spear locked out. Still been dusted. Charlie, so Chessy looking for the angle, but not quite before the arena comes to an end. So mid-1 will be fine.
Really, I mean, really solid stuff so far from High Coast. Supreme in general, like he's doing everything. He knows that Thompson can't match the movement, so he's just making these quick moves all over and just punishing like these very easy to gank lanes. He's got to keep it up. I want to see him keep doing this. It's working perfectly. Thompson is getting that space to catch back up though, and he did get the probably best. I mean, the best neutral item I feel you can get on a Morphling.
Absolutely,
Possessed Mask
for sure. Yeah,
you don't even need to worry about anything else anymore. You're always sustained in the jungle.
The best hero in the game to utilize early lifesteal. Getting it for free is that's you don't get much better than that. I mean, the dream situation probably would be getting that and the Royal Jelly.
Absolutely.
That's that would be a dream morph sort of RNG when it comes to the tier 1 items.
Yeah, he's getting that time to catch back up. So we're seeing net worth. He's now surpassing the puck, even though Supremes have such nice movements. He's passing a bit. Supreme though, he'll find the Jelly. And he also found himself a fairy trinket, so that's also very, very good items on him.
Yeah,
that fairy trinket.
That's probably
really
top tier puck items, right? tier 1.
Definitely.
Fairy Trinket and a Jelly Charge.
Looking for mid one here. They've got the dust. They actually just connected under the sentry.
Oh.
Spear off the mark.
And we'll see if that matters. It might just.
It might.
It does. And Arena also wasted. Not one for the highlight reel there for Chessie, unfortunately.
No, that's the second time now, too. He's actually missed several spears since I've looked up there. He's got to... They can't miss that one there. It's under a sentry. The coil's there. They can't miss those type of kills. That's painful. Now, gee, they can probably punch back here, as there's a lot of wasted mana. Chessie, if he steps up too far, he's just going to get gone on. I cannot believe he stepped up.
What's he doing?
Chessie?
This guy's crazy.
He moved up with 300 HP and popped the soul ring. Oh, that was crazy.
I think that was probably one of those moments, you know, you've had that scenario with the arena and the spear. You're probably feeling just a little sort of tilted with yourself.
Maybe a little bit.
You know, you just sort of, you know, we've all been there. You've made a rough play, and then you sort of, your brain's just switched off for a second. You're not really in the game. As
yeah, he soul ringed and walked up for like I think it was a range creep to spear, but I mean, it's clear vision for them. It's daytime. They saw him walking up.
Rough.
He's going to set up for mid now. They've got Charlie with the meta available. Ult's up in 20, the arena at least. And the deep push is pretty lackluster from OG. I think that's actually their best deep push, is just a boulder smash on their lineup currently. They don't really have anything else just from their heroes. There's no tail.
If they can get a way to start things, they're going to try and jump in onto Charlie. And with that stun follow from Step, they'll be able to do it. They blow up Charlie before he can do anything in return. Chessie will pop the arena down. Does mean that they can get Topson in return, but Seb, he's picked up 2. Mid1's diving in underneath the tower, looking towards Zera. The Mystic Flare doing a lot, but Mid1's able to jump out of the range of it. Seb's found the triple. He's going to be able to pick up an Ultra.
And he's meteor hammering the tower.
All right, Seb, ladies and gentlemen.
What a nicely coordinated jump. As literally, I think the perfect time when 2 or 3 heroes stacked up, drop the tombstone, they all jump in, they connect the stun. Topson, like you said, I think he was the unfortunate one to get clipped by the spear to the wall, but a huge fight for OG. They may not have the ways to de-push the tower push, but they have ways to fight under it. Very nicely done by them. Tombstone in those situations is just king, too. You get the whole vision of the opposite side, too, so you know where absolutely everybody is. Yeah, very nicely done.
Yeah, Chessie's definitely got to sort of focus on his next moves now, as that's not going to feel too great, right, when you've had that move up top and then the enemy offlaner does that.
Yes. I mean, yeah, Seb is going to be pretty massive now. The meteor hammer was finished just before that, and I mean, he's on his way toward his Yules already, so he's going to have really ideal setup for his meteor hammer combos every time. As top, they're looking for him again. They're going for Chessie. Topson, he gets silenced from the fog.
Chessie's going to have Arena back up in a little bit. And here we go, drops it down. Looking to take, well, he's set up on the Topson and Seb, but Vera already down. There's not really any follow-up to the arena here, unfortunately, for High Coast. Maybe Supreme can still get the job done as he's trying to take down the Earthspirit. Good spear from Chessie. Locks down Saxa. We'll get something in trade here. As High Coast look to try and defend this tier 1 tower from OG's push.
They really wanted to set up for Chessie there. Saxa was really pushing forward. Supreme is still in the area, too. He's got the coil. If he sees an opportunity, he might go for it. Ooh, he almost got the 2 of them. He will get 1.
See if they've got the combo to take down Seb. Setups here. Chessie, he looks for the angle, but
off the mark again.
The spear. So that won't be a kill attempt. And now they've got to run. Saxa just to slow down onto the 2 of them. Charlie has turned up from the side, will manage to turn and take down No Tail with the damage he has from the Metamorphosis, but Supreme's gone down. Spear does knock back mid-1.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are
again, though, they set it up with a disruption, too, to get the kill, and he's off the mark. Now Topson gets some split push mid because of that, and Charlie, he turned up top with meta, so a lot of downtime here, a lot of wasted time here for High Coast, and, I mean, big win for OG. Just off of that mistake. I mean, they got to stop making these mistakes.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Sort of similar to that, the sort of the game 1 flow, where we are just sort of seeing the 3 cores of OG move at a pace that isn't quite being matched by all 3 of that of of High Coast. We'll see it again up top. I mean, just a little too early there.
It's too early, yeah. I mean, like, even if the Carapace goes off, he's going to get him latched to the tree. The stun will be enough, yeah. Unfortunate for Chesty, and they're going to smoke up. They're going to look for another one. Chesty, he's got the arena. He's starting to get a little bit under-farmed because of these unsuccessful movements, unsuccessful spells as well. And OG's getting that space to farm up on those cores. I think they've got the Battle Furies almost online, and Topson's on his way toward Manta. So they're getting a lot of space to get these much-needed items for themselves. The Manta in particular, like for Topson, never have to worry about the silence again.
See what they
As they're invading, they will find No-Tail and the bounty.
That's been an easy kill. There's No-Tail taken out. Of course, whilst this move happens, OG, the rest of them split well across the map. Mid one, finding the farm down bottom, and yeah, just about 400 or so gold off having the Battle Fury done, and then his farm's really going to escalate.
Charlie's very farmed still, too. Charlie's actually quite ahead right now. 700, he's 4-1-1. Manta, I mean, he still needs a little more to protect himself as mid.
They've got the jump onto Supreme. And as you say, Supreme's got to be careful if Sax is ever able to get a lead in with the silence. It's very hard for Supreme to keep himself alive at this stage of the game, especially, of course, with this Witchblade build. You don't have anything to sort of keep yourself alive.
And Topson, you're playing versus Puck. You have a Puck on your side then, as Topson has shown there twice. 2 great spell connections. As looks like they will sacrifice Saksa.
Again, though, is what Charlie having to turn up, pop the meta. Just managed to get at least a tower tonight, but still, just the little things that are being found by High Coast right now are just not really enough to keep them on pace with OG's progression this game.
No, definitely not. We're going to see this constantly, too, from Topson, is him using the Morph in particular and just using that to his benefit. When I'm seeing him queuing up the Ags, I think the panel had mentioned it already. He has an Earth Spirit on his team. It's always going to be one of the better ones you can. So that's going to be super strong for him to set up these silences and just the frequency. He's going to be playing around the Morph a lot. And it's already so good versus the Puck.
Yeah, Supreme's just having to be so careful this game. And having to just go for sort of this slightly awkward build because of the Ricky, with the Force coming up next for Supreme.
It has its value anyway versus like these silences and everything too. So he's going to be good.
Yeah.
Versus besides the Ricky, that is, like the Earth Spirit silence and the Morphling turning into the Puck and all that. So
yeah, I guess you can sort of get yourself away from the follow-up combo normally after you get silenced. Stop yourself from being caught in the line of the boulder.
And he can help teammates with it. It's not just a pure selfish. The game is about Charlie at the end of the day. You can actually help him.
You can use it offensively with the coil.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's definitely got its merits.
Jesse's thinking about going here, but he's getting gone on himself.
Do have the coil back up, and they will get mid one in return for that. So a trade that's definitely worth, as long as they don't lose anything more here, High Coast. We'll see OG trying to chase them down. They'll be able to get Error. So they will also find the kill onto Zibe. Supreme, is he out? He's not. The timing from Sax are perfectly done as he rolls in. I mean,
and they're able to fight just faster and more constant because they, like you mentioned earlier, Charlie had used the meta in the last fight. OG identifies that they're going to play at this pace, and they're playing effectively with. Sure, they lost mid one, but they're playing effectively with an extra hero up because of that morph. Again, Topson turns into the Puck, another full arsenal of spells, and yeah, without TB being able to show up there, there's no way High Coast can actually take the fight when it starts out like that. Chessie has to be, I mean, the way that they were starting that fight too, like Chessie's like in the river, in the low ground, trying to set up onto a Ricky. They saw him completely, so it was OG just taking that fight even though they lost the Ricky.
Now the question is,
what's that?
Can Topson tricks of the trade into mid one, and mid one tricks into the trade of someone else?
Technically, it should be possible. I guess I've never seen it. So
it should work. You know what I mean?
I mean, it should work. I mean, maybe he's going to do that too. That's a good
and
call.
all the trades. Maybe the double. It could work. That's a lot of damage coming out at you that you can't really do much about if you're held underneath it. And And that will happen with the control that Saxa and Seb's offering up in these fights.
We also used to have this bug, a feature. Where he used to get like the infinite stones and everything like that because of charges. I know they fixed that before, but what about the infinite charges of blink strikes? You get it? I mean, they only fixed one of them.
Oh, hey, good combo hit. They're able to get the setup on the Saxa. Arena's going to be dropped down. See if they can do anything about Seb being trapped in it. They're going to commit the coil on to Seb. They got the damage to kill him. They do. These sort of chain silences, yeah, they're messing with Seb. They're able to take him out. Nothing can be done in response. And now with 2 down, this should be a nice little opening for High Coast to at least take away this tier 1 tower in the mid lane. The Supreme, he's actually seeing if he can hunt for more. He's in on towards Notel. He's able to pick up the bounty rune as well.
Mid one's coming over, though.
And here's the backup from Chessie. Excellent spear. Latches him over to the tree, but indeed mid one with the counterplay is going to take Supreme down for that effort that High Coast put into chase. Saxa.
He's going to get chased.
Closing the gap easily with the blink strike jumps. And they will get the 2 of them. Another sort of situation where they're going in. They're getting a kill, but they can't get out in time. OG's able to react, chase them down. Get some big money as well. That's pretty much given mid one the full axe on top of the Battle Fury.
Hey, that was... I don't know what they're chasing for there, though. That was them chasing for like a bounty and to kill an Undying. And while they're taking the mid tower, I don't know, the puck into Mars, that's 2 cores chasing a 5 position. That was very risky, and they get punished for it as top Seb is getting gone on by Shippe here.
He's got Yules and Vendetta still to play around with.
Yeah, he should be okay.
TP's coming in to back him up. I mean, the jumps in. Gotta be a little cautious here. They have got the silence.
Mid one.
With the Mystic Flare, mid one's dying pretty quickly. Is there anything to save him? There isn't. Mid one goes down. Charlie now being controlled by the stuns. Tombstone dropped down. Thompson trying to turn and fight toe-to-toe with him, but with the meta still going, Charlie hits hard. Chessie comes in with the arena, is able to stun Thompson, hold him down against the wall. Have they got the burst to take him out? Thompson with the Manta and the waveform away will survive. Turning into the Undying, into Notel, starting to build some decays himself. Saxa focused down by High Coast off towards the side. This time around, High Coast able to set up a good fight around their Terrorblade and come out on top. Now OG, they're the one on the retreat. Chessie, blink, spear, latches onto Notel, and be able to set up for another. Very solid moves here, getting Charlie involved as OG not quite able to take him down, and Midbon just being focused too well by High Coast at the start of that fight. He wasn't able to do anything. He jumps in, instantly silenced, and they've got the burst to deal with it.
Seb looks like he's still trying to set up here, maybe for Charlie top. He's stalking, and Thompson is making the move over.
TP cancel.
TP's coming out.
Why not, you know, just mess with him a little bit. And
Thompson's here, and he has meta himself. He'll give him some respect, though.
Yeah, Chessie's turned back up. And Charlie able to step away.
Thompson will be okay. Yeah, great fight. Just these, I mean, the long duration silences. Like, mid one needs to get Manta or BKB 100% this game now to protect them versus the Skywrath build. I mean, the 1-4-4 era. You know, it's a 4-position Sky, but he's gone for more of a 5-position build, and it's working for him. He's gotten a lot of kills because of this silence that I didn't think he would. But nicely done, that long duration. OG still ready and still very keen to fight. At level 18 on the Morphling, so he's constantly into somebody else's form, constantly into heroes.
See mid one. Try and jump forward with the team, looking towards Supreme. Supreme with the phase shift, able to dodge out the rolling border from Saxa. Onto the side, they'll be able to take down Era, but Thompson, they blow him up. They get the combo. Caught on the front of it all and unable to react in time there. That instant move from High Coast. Thompson out for a solid minute, and Charlie's game continuing to stay as the strongest in this game right now. If he can get that BKB done soon on top of the Skadi, he's going to be feeling pretty invincible in these fights. This is going to be a very hard hero for OGs to take down.
He's building perfectly. I mean, this is definitely a game where he can put on his back. He has it's tough still because he is playing versus two very hard carries as well, and his team doesn't scale the best because of the other two heroes. But he himself, if he gets this BKB, if he gets like Butterfly or something like this too afterwards, he's in a really good spot this game for sure.
They're going to really struggle to take him down.
Especially if Thompson plays so reckless too. That's the thing is, you know, he's turning into the Earth Spirit, he's turning into the Puck, he's like diving all over the place, but he's still susceptible to getting caught. If he gets hit by a spear to a wall, he's just dead. There's so much follow-up that they do have for it. As they're smoked up again. 3 seconds till that Morphling spawns, trying to catch them off guard. Meta is available again too.
Tessie. He's in. It's giving a little bit of a tease towards them. Arena popped down in an attempt to disengage, but Thompson's in with the chase. Turns in to the Earth Spirit. Zibe will get cut down on the side by Midbon's tricks of the trade, and so will Chessie. Another bit of an awkward attempt there from High Coast to get a fight going. One that's cost them 2 lives, maybe even more here. They've got the silence on a Supreme, but he is able to get out with the illusion and the Force Staff. He's up to the high ground, and he is away. 2 more unnecessary deaths there from High Coast.
I like that Charlie didn't TP immediately to the mid lane or anything to fight. He's working for his own game. He's very close to that BKB. He really wants to finish it. Has his illusions farming up top to get that. OG, they're going to make the way into the pit. They might be able to kill it before High Coast is ready, as Saksa, he'll take the coil.
I mean, Midbon, he's actually coming out of the pit and looking for action. He's ready to start and get himself some free kills and a couple of hits, and Era's gone. Just destroyed here with this Chrysalis now picked up by Midbon. He packs a punch.
And they've got all this information around here too. This Tombstone's placed down. They know that they can commit into this rush and fully finish it up. And yeah, wow, he actually he did go for the crit. I mean, he didn't build a BKB in the last
game.
So.
He doesn't want a BKB. You know, he had it queued up before the crit, and he sneaked that Chrysalis into his inventory.
Now, they just walked in. Okay.
They might be able to. Well, I was going to say, OG's going to have to buy back if they want to try and keep control of this Roshan. The damage from Midbon bringing Charlie down very low. Still able to turn and get the Sunder off on the Midbon Spear as well. Getting Midbon low. His illusion also beating him down. Midbon will be able to jump out, but is the illusion going to kill him? Oh, it's close. Nearly taken down by the reflection. And Midbon will live.
That was a bit dicey. Seb, getting those mana burns constantly out.
Oh, Seb's in.
Oh.
They're going to chase onwards here. Good spear for Chessie. Locks him down. Stacks for him with the counterplay, though. Gets the silence onto the 2 of them. Tops and zips across. Bursts down the puck. Chessie trying to finish off the kill on Seb, but he cannot do so. Midbon stacks her there with the backup as Midbon crits him down. They're going to go over towards Era and Charlie. Charlie, he's just TPing out. He's bailing his way out of this action, and he's able to make it out. The rest of his team, though, don't let it be quite as far as the double boulders there coming in from Thompson and Sax as they roll in, take out a 4th. I mean, Charlie just again making the correct calls. He's like, guys, I'm not associated with these people. I'm out of here. I'm just going to try and win us the game. As these fights for pretty much the rest of the team around Charlie are just ending terribly each time.
Yeah, the fight just persisted too long. They peeled them away. They ran away from the TB. They kited his BKB and his meta long enough to just, it's these resets. I mean, Ricky, Morphling, Earth Spirit, pretty much, I guess, the kings of resetting because they can just waveform out, roll out, jump out, and then, yeah, they go back in when they have the numbers and the opportunity to go in. Seb doing a great job of kind of baiting them into a very weird spot there. It looked a little weird for Seb too, but it actually ended up working out perfectly for OG.
And of course, a very crucial item here for Saxa, that Lotus. Going to make all the difference. Help out those that get hit by the silence, and of course for those clutch plays against Charlie with the Sunder. Even though that doesn't matter at all, so never mind.
Supreme, oh my god, Midwin almost just 3-shotted him. And now Sox is in. He gets him.
He is. A Supreme's out for 50. Can OG get anything more from this? Midbon, he's got the BKB done for this fight. He's in with the tricks of the trade, jumping in, looking for the squishies. He's trying to chase down Zibe. He's been slowed by this demonic purge. Seb with the backup. Stunning Charlie and buying time for Midbon to get himself back out of there.
Oh, I feel like I see the other talent taken most of the time from Ricky's. The cast range. He actually went for the backstab multiplier. He's going all damage.
I mean, yeah, with the crit
actually, he
build.
took the smoke screen. Okay, well, whatever. He went for the backstab multiplier. It'll work out anyway.
Well, this could, I mean, that's going to be a nice one here for Charlie when he's trying to sort of take the game on his back. Gets himself the Paladin sword.
So does Thompson right away. As he's also finishing E-Blade now. So Thompson, he has a... Ooh. Now this is where it's like the Morphling versus TB. It starts to really go toward that. Sure. That Morphling because of this. But TB, I mean, Charlie's still so farmed. He's honestly playing this game like pretty much perfect.
I mean, and as you say, the Terrorblade in this sort of game, he can still carry this against the heroes that OG have.
It's gonna take a couple of mistakes now. OG, they do have like this better scaling lineup, and it is just him on this thing. But I mean, he can. I think he's gonna end up needing a rapier though, at the way that this is going.
OG trying to find a grab on High Coast.
Oh my God.
High Coast just letting this tower go. They don't want to
See
try
what
and defend
Thompson's
out.
doing here? Look at his health. 80 decay now. He's just turning into the Undying in stats.
80, I guess, yeah, because the Ags and all.
Yeah.
That's a lot of HP this man has. Rolling in. The coil is down. They've got to come out with these buybacks here. 3 buybacks coming out here from High Coast. Charlie stepping forward with the BKB. Chessie has managed to lock down Thompson over to the side of the arena. Charlie focuses down Seb first. He's been stunned. Charlie, can he live through this? Another silence comes out. He's keeping himself to the side. They're bringing them down low. Charlie, he'll finally get burst. Thompson's able to finish him off there. And Charlie, he has spent up, so no buyback on him for 75 seconds. They'll be able to get through the Aegis. Trying to lock him down with the spear, but Thompson's not going to get caught out by the stun. Turns back towards Supreme. Supreme's got to jump back to safety there. Nearly gets comboed out immediately. That's Chessie trying to force them back. Supreme. Can they lead him for anything here? It's just the 3 members of OG. Still the big one, Thompson. Very hard to jump upon.
Like he's casting these decays on Chessie all the way on the far side. They're almost hitting him every time. The cast range is absurd.
Can they find any sort of way to jump in on him? Chessie, arena in 20 seconds. And yeah, he's never getting the chance to blink in. Thompson just continuously putting his blink dagger on cooldown with the decays. And the range there, they're able to catch us. Supreme, good spear from Chessie. Locks back Saxa into the Mystic Flare combo. As shared enough by Seb, it's not enough though. The damage is there to take him out. Thompson rolling in aggressively. Arena's going to be back up any second right now. Supreme, he's got the coil down onto the 2 of them. They're going to turn towards Thompson. There's the Arena into the spear. He's locked down onto the low ground. He's trying to get his way out of it with the Manta. He's up in the air with the Yule setup, but they got the follow-up when he comes down. Not quite. Thompson able to zip out to the side with the waveform. But High Coast, they're certainly going to want to try and chase this. Still looking towards Thompson, but Thompson turns with the E-Blade onto Supreme. Supreme forces his way out of there. Face shift to dodge the decay. Chessie off the mark with the shield crash. Thompson still looking to finish off Supreme, but Supreme is into the trees with the jump. They'll turn their attention over towards No Tail. Thompson, he's just got to get on the retreat. He goes for the TP inside the trees. Is Chessie going to find him? No, he's not. As Thompson will make it away. But High Coast getting some good kills out of this, and they keep their base defended. The tier 3 still stands.
Great hold by the puck, in particular Supreme, getting a plethora of spells out during all of it, and just great spam. I mean, it's OG persisting a little bit too hard, sticking there, and just getting caught by all the ultimates again, but a nice hold, buying them some more time for this. I mean, for Charlie to get the farm that it feels like he still does need to deal with these 2.
And this is sort of how we saw it go down in game 2, right? It got to this point of the game where OG, they were still bringing the fights, but they weren't quite actually able to sort of push past and end the game. High Coast just did an excellent job of defending and playing these late game fights against OG in game 2. And just like that, we're starting to see signs of it again. Obviously, this time in that fight, they did have to use, well, pretty much, I believe, 3 buybacks at least coming out for them. So quite an expensive defense, but a defense nonetheless. And they're keeping Charlie's game on track.
Yeah, but it really is. It is mostly Charlie, though. As we're saying, last game they had the backup of a Void Spirit as well as a Jug, like this dual core, and also the Shadow Demon that pretty much was a super core. Skywrath and Shadow Demon in this game, it's not the same. Shadow Demon is a 5 position. Skywrath, he can't go for anything that impactful. Like, I mean, he won't be able to get a Hex until way later down the lines. If he's able to get something like that, sure. But OG, I feel like their scaling is just a lot stronger as the game does progress. All the weight is on poor Charlie.
How's he doing after the Daedalus? He's not quite got it. Okay, Daedalus. 400 gold off Charlie. Still the levels looking a bit rough for him too, as we've got mid 1 24.5. Charlie's still just on level 22.
Ooh. Thompson's got the quickening charm now, and he's again into the Undying. So he's just literally
spamming
strength.
Oh, and Chessie caught outside the base there by OG as they make the quick jump.
That's a big kill.
He's down for 75. Seconds. No buyback from him. In they go on to another. That's the 2 of them now. Both heroes, Zibe and Chessie, with their buybacks on cooldown. High Coast have got to try and do their best. 3 versus 5 here now.
Radiant's middle tower.
This will not be easy. They're trying to get the puck Ags finished up before they even look to it. They might just sacrifice their Axe for it. The puck Ags might actually slip up OG, might catch them off guard here a bit. At least the Ricky in particular, because he's the one with that BKB.
Radiant's middle barracks
I'll see how
has
much
fallen.
OG do manage to take before High Coast is able to try and pull together that fight.
Has fallen.
If the mid-racks are cleaned up, down towards the bottom. I'm going to smoke up the 3 of them. They've got Zibe back up in 10. Still 30 without Chessie, though, if they want to try and take this fight.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
They are now well aware of that Aghanims on the puck. They've seen it for quite a long time now.
Double tombstones. Zombies galore, ready to be here if they try and jump. Charlie already getting nuked down to half HP. He's got to head back to base. Boy, he nearly dies.
Oh my god.
He's, I mean, popped a very aggressive BKB to try and run in and get Asunder off, but he's not able to do anything with it. So now he's not got a BKB ready for this fight. They get the coil down onto Ricky. Mid-one, still able to find that BKB pop, and Thompson just blows up Supreme.
The decays, it's too much. Look how much strength he has.
He's trying to get them speared into the base. It's not happening though. And indeed, Thompson just racking up the decays from a distance. The crits come out from mid-one. They're just killing them inside the fountain.
Look at Charlie's HP pool. He's missing 70 strength. He's 1400
Oh
HP.
no. Look at Thompson's 6k HP and it's only growing. He's into the base. He's ready to start tanking the fountain hits here. As Charlie dead again. Zibe, he'll fall. GG is called, and OG will clean up this game 3. And with that, of course, the series